Hi everyone, it's Jenny from A Stamping Journey with you. Today I wanted to share with you how to create this Dove of Hope Triangle Easel card. It's really sweet and I so wanted to use the Dove of Hope because I'm really sad that this bundle, the stamps and the dies, are going in just a couple of weeks. I've used them so much. This project I sent out as a project tutorial to my newsletter subscribers. Each week I send out a free project, but I thought I'd share it with you today as my little Christmas gift to you. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter yet, be sure to click on the link or check the link that I post later, and I can send you out a newsletter and a project each week. So to create this card, let's go through it. Any of these products I am using today, you'll be able to buy in my store if you're in Australia, and I'd really love you to stop by and check them all out there. So firstly, let's score the card. You'll need, I'm going to tell you the measurements, but don't stress too much, I'll post them later. So you will need your piece of card 10.5 centimeters by 21 centimeters, or 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. You'll score that at 10.5 or at 4 1/4. And you can make this easel card any size you want. That's just the size I've used it for this project, just as long as your width is twice the size of your height of the card. Now what you're going to do is score it. I've already gone through and scored it, but we'll do that together now. Using your trimmer, bring that in. You'll place your card at the 10.5 or the 4 1/4 measurement and score. Remember which blade you're going to use. Keep that little one out of the way. This is your scoring one, and you're going to run up and score it like that. Then to do this triangle, you're going to score the triangle from the bottom corner, center corner, to the top left corner. To do that, I would just place that in that little groove in the track there. I hope you're seeing that okay. Put this point down in the bottom track. Just check that they line up. And you're going to score it in that way. So when you come to fold your card, you're going to fold it inwards that way, and you'll fold it, that triangle, up that way. So then this creates your triangle. So let's get about and create the card. Just bring these little bits in. We have your piece of designer series paper. This is the Tis the Season designer series paper. This is going to be leaving soon too, which is another sad thing. I love all the patterns on it. You can choose whatever pattern you've liked. I've gone for a different pattern on the original card. And you're going to cut that in metric. Let's just let you know, 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So it's a square piece. Bring your trimmer back in. You're going to cut that on the diagonal. So once again, place the corner of your card in that score line there. Cut in the track, place the other corner on there. And you're going to cut it. Now I'd suggest starting that, I'd recommend you start that in on your paper. As you come up and start from the edge of the card, that's when it drags it up. So when you cut, I tend to start on the paper already. And the same with your card, just to stop that drag happening and the crease cornering up. So cut that in your triangles. All right. So we're going to cut our dove. Now I've actually gone ahead and cut that just to save a bit of time. I'm using the dove dies. We have the wings, so you want 2 of those, and the body. So to do that, you're just going to grab your piece of white card, and run that through your die cut machine. So let's just get the plates to show you. You want to use, this is on the new one, but whatever platform you have, the main platform, your additional piece. I love on the new die cut machine you have these numbers, and you can actually, it has what you're actually cutting and how to position it with your platform, with your plates. Get my words right. All right, you're just going to run these through your die cut machine. So you want 2 wings and a body. Run that through. And there we have our dove magically appeared. All right, so let's create it. Let's build our little dove. I'm just using the multi-purpose glue because I find the liquid glue just enables you to just move it and slide it into place. You just add a little bit of glue there at the top, and I'm going to position it like just something like that. You can use it anyway. Just hold it for a minute while that glue grabs, and this time you're going to add the glue on the top surface, just around there. Add a bit more. I've done too much glue on this, but that will dry and that will be fine. All right, so you're going to glue that down like that. You're also going to I've actually die cut a circle from vellum using the Stitched Shapes circle die. I love the stitched edging, and I think by using some vellum underneath the dove, it just sort of positions it rather than the dove just floating somewhere. It just sort of just holds that. So just run that through between your plates, just like I did before, cutting out your circle. All right, so let's bring our piece of card and our triangle. You'll just want one triangle at the moment, and let's just position it like that. You're going to glue that in place like that. So run your glue. If you prefer using the tape or prefer the snail type glue, that's fine, but I like to use the multi-purpose glue just to allow that a little wiggle room. Position that on there. There we go. All right, and you're then going to add your circle. Now with you gluing the vellum, you don't want to put it all over your circle because you'll see the glue through. So just turning it over, I'm using the Stampin' Seal. Add a little bit across the center so you won't be able to see that behind it. So add that on the front of your card. Now you can choose to use that with dimensionals to lift that off, or you can glue it straight down, and they go on my dies, but that's okay. All right, just add a couple of little dimensionals on there. Put those close together, but that's okay. We'll go with that, won't we? My hands are all sticky now from the glue, but oh look, I flipped that one over. Now what I did realise when I was pulling out this card to show you, he's lost his little gold reed, little leaf that he had in there. So bringing those dies in and grabbing my gold foil, we'll put it on this card, and I'll cut another one later to finish off that dove. Somewhere it's gone. All right, I'm going to put this lid on the glue so we don't have glue everywhere. Let's get this. I've got my big boss die cut machine happening. I love how you can fold this up. band. I don't know if you can see that under there. So we are going to position our die in between those plates, the number 3 plates, or your cutting plates that you have. And at top, I love how smooth this new Big Boss is. New Stampin' Boss and cut machine. I call it the Big Boss because that's easier than the whole mouthful. Pop out your little gold leaf and get rid of that machine out of our way. All right, so we now bring our dove back in. Just with this, you want to just add a touch of glue just in the middle here. Just, you can use a glue dot if you prefer to, just squeeze it in, make it a little bit smaller, because I think that green gold just finishes it off. I'm just going to pop that under there. I put my bone folder under there just to lift that up a bit and hold it so that he will go into place. There we go. Hopefully you find that tip helpful. Right. Now, inside the card, what we're going to do is use some white card. We've got a white square, the same size as our paper that we used. So getting back to that, that was 10.1 by 10.1, or 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. What we want to do is we're going to stamp the ornaments on that. So we'll grab that ornaments out of the Dove of Hope set. Put that on the block. And we're just going to stamp that twice on the top of our card. So you only want to really lightly tap that ink, because you don't want to get ink on your edge of the ornament there. So you'll just make one a bit longer, ink that down, and another one just lightly tap. And I'm just going to lift that up just a little bit higher so they're offset a little. Okay, close that ink pad up. Now on our square card, we're just going to stamp our sentiment. I've chosen Peace on Earth, but there are some other great sentiments in the set. But I think that's just simple. Says a lot, doesn't it? Peace on Earth, don't we need that? All right, just ink that up. I'm using Memento Black for that. Give that a good press. All right, so we're going to die cut that out. This I have used is from the Ornate Frames dies, and I thought it was just a unique shape and just a great one for this card. Once again, let's grab our die cut machine, pull it up. I can't wait to get the mini one, so I'll be able to easily do that while we're filming, and make it a lot easier. It's on its way, and I will report back very soon on how I find that. Just waiting for it. All right, so you're just going to put that through between your plates again and run that through. All right, grab that out. Oh, all right, here we go. Let's get this boy out of the way. Okay, now we need our piece of square white, our sentiment. We have our Triangle of Designer Series paper. Got my hands in the way there, sorry about that. All right, now we're going to stick it together. Let's get our designer series paper, our multi-purpose glue again. Run that around. This time you're going to use that triangle on the bottom of your card, so you have that same pattern happening on there. Right, well, now we want to add some glue around the outside too of our white card. Let's go. Okay, position that down. There we go. Now, sentiment we are going to raise up with dimensionals. Firstly, because I like to have the dimension on it, but what you'll also find is it creates an anchor for the easel part to stand up. So it's good whether you have your sentiment or another type of die cut element, something there to anchor down your easel. So let's just add a few dimensionals onto the back of this. Let's pull those off for you. We'll add that there. Now I've die cut the leaf stem out of this one. I have used the shaded spruce and just die cut with the die to get your leaf spray and just positioning that, adhering that to the inside of the card. So once again, because it's so detailed, you just want a couple of little dots. You don't want to be adding too much. So I just gently add a couple of dots on that. You can have the fine tip glue. You could have, some people use the sponges, the daubers, and run over the back of that. However you like to adhere those fine die cuts, but I just add very tiny little dots. Right. If you find it's too much, just dab that onto some scrap paper before you stick that down onto your card, which I might just do. All right, we're just going to add that along that edge of that fold, that cut rather. There we go. I want to finish that with a gold gem, so let's get that out. We'll grab that. Wherever. Oh, it's got to be the last one I pull out, isn't it? So just add a little bling to finish that off. There we go. So here you have your Dove of Hope Triangle Easel card. If you find it's not sitting well, it's not staying, just give that an extra rub with your bone folder or just your fingers, and it will just sit a lot firmer. So we'll die cut another little leaf strand there, so we'll have a little matching one. But I hope you can use this fold for another card, as using other dies or perhaps other stamps, but I think it works well and is such a feature to stand on your shelf at Christmas. You've got that little white space to write on. If you're not sure, you can always add a piece of white card on the back for writing if you want to write a longer message. It folds flat, so you can post it out just in a standard envelope. And there is your sweet Dove of Hope. So if you want to know any more information about any of these products, you can check them out in my store. Subscribe to my newsletter. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell so you'll get notified of any updates of videos. And I look forward to sharing more projects with you in 2021. So thanks for watching. Whoa, I forgot. I love the Dove of Hope so much. I was going to share you some of the other projects I've made. Just simply die cutting those in white, adding them to the front. I've actually used the classic Tis the Season paper on this one too, but using the red print. So you've got some red or your cherry cobbler on it, using the spray. I shared a video on this one a little while ago. It's been really popular on YouTube. I have used that plush poinsettia paper. So if you missed that video already, head to YouTube and check that out of how I created that card. There's with a few tips on using that plush paper. But I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and happy Christmas to you all, and see you stamping soon. Bye.